The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Getaway Farm, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Pleasant Acres Stallions, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate and Bradar, filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week, featuring an impressive performance by a leading Kentucky Derby contender in the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby. We begin at Keeneland with the Grade 3 Ben Ally Stakes. Prontonico, the 4-5 favorite. Kurt Becker has the call.
Midway on the far turn, Prontonico still the leader. Prontonico leads at 3 parts of a length. Irish UL is second on the outside. 2 more lengths to neck and neck third. Amy's Holiday moves up between horses fourth, still 6 lengths off the lead though. Farhand next to last. Golden Ticket trails quarter mile out. Prontonico leads the Ben Ally field into the stretch, has the advantage by 4 lengths. Amy's Holiday swings up from the far outside to challenge neck and neck for second. Both still well behind the leader though. Into the final furlong, Prontonico kicks on for the wire, a 6-length lead, neck and neck second, Amy's Holiday third, and Prontonico bounces back from the Dawn disappointment to win the graded Ben Ally today for Javier Castellano.
Odds-on favorite Prontonico by Ashford Stud Stallion Giants Causeway, the front-running winner by 5 lengths over neck and neck. Javier Castellano aboard in 1:48 3. A 2-time graded stakes winner and runner-up in the Grade 1 Clark Handicap last year, the Todd Pletcher trainee was eased in the Grade 1 Don Handicap. The 4-year-old colt was bred in Kentucky by International Equities Holdings. Prontonico has earned $590,000 for Sumaya U.S. Stable. Keeneland Stakes action is presented by Warrendale Sales, now accepting entries for the Keeneland September yearling sale. Next, the Grade 2 Oaklawn Handicap. Race day, the 6-5 favorite. Frank Miramati has the call.
Down the backstretch they go. Carve on the outside. Race day immediately counters and puts his gray neck back in front. It's now 2 to Golden Lad third. Street Strategy has to get closer. Tapiture is on the inside of him past the half-mile pole. Sammy Mandeville 8 lengths off the pace. For Greater Glory moves through on the inside of Hard Aces, and that leaves Russell in at the back. Race Day and Carve 1-2 most of the way. Golden Lad now asked to get after them in third. Street Strategy is still in fourth. Tapiture at the rail. Then it's Sammy Mandeville. They pass the quarter pole. Race Day, Carve, neither giving an inch. Race Day at the rail, very game. Carve is trying to get by him. It's Race Day and Carve. 3 lengths back to Golden Lad. Tapiture. Race Day now getting the upper hand inside the 8th pole, and he's handridden by John Velasquez, another beautiful son of Tappet, striding out powerfully through the stretch. Race Day, dominant in the Oaklawn Handicap.
Race Day draws off to defeat Carve by 3 3/4 lengths. John Velasquez aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:47 4, a 1:10 Beyer speed figure. Back-to-back graded stakes victories over the track for Race Day, who was last seen taking the Grade 3 Razorback Handicap. The 4-year-old colt by Tappet was bred in Kentucky by James Miller and began his career in the colors of Windstar Farm. He's won 3 of 4 starts for trainer Todd Pletcher and owner Matthew Shira, who purchased the racing prospect for $285,000 from the Windstar Racing consignment at Keeneland last November. Race Day has earned $610,000. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Here comes Capo Bastone with a bold late rally. Can Capo Bastone do it here? Yes, he did!
Capo Bastoni with a tough customer and awfully fast on the inside. It's going to be Capo Bastone.
Capo Bastone, Grade 1 placed in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at 2, and a Grade 1 winner at Saratoga at 3. New for 2015 at Adena Springs South. If you have horses, you need to know about equine equipment savings. Thousands of small family farms and large equine facilities have saved millions using the Equine Equipment Savings Program. You can too. Whether it's a mower, tractor, haying equipment, or an implement that you need, be sure to call Equine Equipment Savings. All equipment is bought at your local dealer. It couldn't be easier to save. Equine Equipment Savings, the best value for your hard-earned money. Call today or visit our website.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week. With the Grade 1 Apple Blossom Handicap coming up in this segment, we lead off with Grade 1 turf action from Keeneland, beginning with the Makers 46 Mile. Summerfront, the 6-5 favorite. Kurt Becker picks up the call.
Into the far turn, long on value and Sky Ring, Summerfront and Zaw Approval up on the outside. Zaw Approval still a length and a half off the lead. 3 wide around that far turn. Further back, Arapica, Legendary. Jack Milton starts to angle wide from last. 6 lengths from the front. Summerfront looking toward the inside. They've all got to catch long on value, who leads it by a length and a half off the far turn. Room for Summerfront to the inside. Jack Milton down the outside. Zaw Approval is fighting on from in between horses. Long on value. Jack Milton in the center of the course is coming forward to challenge. Arapica in with a chance between horses. Third, Jack Milton from last to the lead. Jack Milton will take the Makers 46 Mile for Javier Castellano.
Jack Milton by Claiborne Farm Stallion Warfront storms from last to defeat Arapica by 2 1/4 lengths. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sales graduates. Javier Castellano aboard in 1:36 and 1. Winner of the Grade 3 Transylvania Stakes over the course at 3 and the Grade 3 Poker Stakes last summer, Jack Milton ran 4th in the Grade 3 Canadian Turf Handicap in his first start off a 5-month layoff. The 5-year-old horse was bred in Kentucky by Cherry Valley Farm. The winner was acquired privately by Gary Barber prior to his first start. Jack Milton has earned $751,000. The colt was consigned by Claiborne Farm to the 2011 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Steve Young, agent, for $100,000. Grade 1 Makers 46 Mile winner Jack Milton, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Turf fillies and mares at Keeneland in the Grade 1 Jenny Wiley Stakes. The field included last year's winner Hard Not to Like, but the 8-5 favorite was Ball Dancing. Again, here's Kurt Becker.
Eden Prairie with mild pressure from Hard Not to Like. A half length separate the top 2. Ball Dancing outward from the rail, third by a head. Starstruck has room to move up now toward the inside. Takes over that third spot, just 2 lengths off the lead. Further back, Falimbi and Personal Diary. 48 and 2/5 seconds the time for the first half mile. Eden Prairie leads the field into the far turn, 3 parts of a length. Hard Not to Like is second by a length. And then Starstruck third toward the inside. Here's Falimbi gearing up in the center of the course, and Ball Dancing goes with her. Ball Dancing and Falimbi move together to challenge Eden Prairie, and Hard Not to Like the front 4 in a line past the quarter pole, and Falimbi runs on to put ahead in front. Ball Dancing is fighting on gamely. Hard Not to Like is third, and Ball Dancing has the lead coming past the 8th pole. Hard Not to Like is second. Falimbi tries to regroup. Personal Diary runs late to 4th, but Ball Dancing has the lead. Ball Dancing to win the Jenny Wiley for Javier Castellano.
The favorite Ball Dancing defeats Falimbi by 2.5 lengths, the third victory on the card for Javier Castellano. The Keeneland Sales graduate clocked in 1:43 flat. A stakes winner in France last year, Ball Dancing was a close second in the Grade 1 Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup over the course last fall. The Chad Brown trainee was also runner-up in the Grade 3 Hillsborough Stakes in her first start off a nearly 5-month layoff. The 4-year-old filly by exchange rate was bred in Kentucky by Kirk and Debbie Wyckoff and was a $55,000 Keeneland January yearling. Ball dancing has earned $706,000. The winner is owned by Will Farish and Steve Mooney. Javier Castellano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Fillies and mares over the main track at Aqueduct in the Grade 3 Top Flight Handicap. House Rules, the 2-5 favorite. Larry Colmus has the call.
It is Before You Know It on the outside of Chez Jolie, and now these two will turn for home together. Junior Alvarado asking more from House Rules, and she's third at the top of the stretch. It is Before You Know It on top, and on the inside, Chez Jolie, House Rules trying to come and get them. Before You Know It, Chez Jolie, House Rules continues to bear down. Chez Jolie's on the rail. House Rules drifting to the far outside. Before You Know It, between those two, the three of them come to the line of the top flight, and House Rules got it just in time.
Odds-on favorite House Rules by Windstar Farm Stallion Distorted Humor gets up to defeat Before You Know It by half a length. Junior Alvarado aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 152-2. Winner of her first 2 starts this season at Gulfstream Park, including the Grade 3 Rampart Stakes, the Jimmy Jerkins trainee was coming off a second-place finish in the Grade 2 Royal Delta Stakes. The 4-year-old filly was bred in Kentucky by Windstar Farm and El Catorce Inc. and was a $90,000 Keeneland September yearling. House Rules has earned $533,000 for Joseph V. Shields, Jr. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the 2-year-old sales. To Oaklawn Park for the Grade 1 Apple Blossom Handicap, champion Untappable, the 1-5 favorite. Frank Miramati has the call.
Sugar Shock gets away with a soft opening quarter, in front by a length and a half, pursued by Pearl Turn second. Gold Medal Dancer is in the clear, and Untappable goes into the 4-path. She's only 3 lengths off the lead and getting a bit closer now. Then comes Diva's Diamond racing in 5th, 6 off them. Another half dozen or so back to call Pat, and then it's Glory's Last Chance. Into the far turn they go. Pearl Turn puts the pressure on Sugar Shock. Untappable moves up on the outside now to take 3rd. Gold Medal Dancer has to do better. She's 4th and 2 lengths off Pearl Turn, who's the new leader coming to the quarter pole. But there goes Untappable. And Untappable makes a powerful move for the lead at the top of the stretch. Pearl Turn is asked to counter in second. Just behind them comes Sugar Shock and Gold Medal Dancer. Diva's Diamond in the center of the track. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Untappable opens up. Diva's Diamond finishing strongly on the outside of Pearl Turn. Untappable, a 3-length lead close to home. And this is the champion we all know. Untappable wins the Apple Blossom.
Odds-on favorite Untappable, the winner by 2.5 lengths over Longshot Diva's Diamond, while under a firm hand ride by John Velasquez, time of the race 1:42-4. The 5th Grade 1 victory for the Eclipse Award winner, who was upset by Gold Medal Dancer in the Grade 2 Aziri Stakes in her seasonal debut. The 4-year-old filly by Tappet was bred in Kentucky by her owner Winchell Thoroughbreds and is a half-sister to Spendthrift Farm Stallion Patio Prado. Trained by Steve Asmussen, Untappable has banked $3,416,000. The Spendthrift Farm Stallion of the Week is Wilburn, the grand-looking Grade 2 winning son of Bernardini. Wilburn is available through Spendthrift's Breed Secure program in 2015. Look for his first crop 2-year-olds selling this week at OBS April.
Eye-popping 108-4. Flat out, in front. Flat out is still in front. Flat out by 3 coming down to the wire. Flat out wins, and here comes Flat out, who's full out. It's Flat out to win the Cigar Mile.
Our farm is going to be primarily a service organization. We will board horses for a number of different clients throughout the United States and Canada. We will focus on breeding mares. We also will be doing sales prep, either for the yearling sales here in Kentucky or for the breeding stock sales also here in the fall and in the early winter. We stand one stallion here, Greeley's Conquest. Endeavor Farm prides itself on being able to give individual care to every animal here.
Every industry has a way to compare quality. The benchmark in the thoroughbred industry has always been Grade 1 winners, and no other active sire in North America has had more success than Giant's Causeway. His Grade 1 supremacy continues with superstars like 2-year-old filly Take Charge Brandy.
Take Charge Brandy has gone all the way!
Giant's Causeway, standing at Coolmore, America, home of champions.
People want to know what's so special about Ocala. Centrally located between Orlando and Jacksonville, Ocala's equine industry has many incentives to breed, raise, and train thoroughbreds. Discover Ocala. Reach out to showcase properties, and we'll show you why we love where we live.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions, the last Triple Crown winner, 13 Classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 Coolmore Lexington Stakes coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with 3-year-old fillies over the Keeneland turf in the Grade 3 Appalachian Stakes. Undefeated Lady Eli, the 2-5 favorite. Kurt Becker has the call.
They head for the far turn, the half mile, 48 and 2/5 seconds, and Sunset Glow still has the lead by a length and a half. Lady Eli waiting to pounce from second. Now she starts to move forward just off the leader's flank, midway on the far turn. Sunset Glow leads it by 3 parts of a length to Lady Eli. Gap of 3 to Miss Temple City, who's struggling to keep up. A quarter mile to come. Lady Eli and Sunset Glow. Who would have guessed it? They are side by side coming to the 8th pole. Lady Eli gets the lead. Sunset Glow is second. 3 more lengths to Miss Temple City. Final furlong of the Appalachian, and it is Lady Eli with Sunset Glow, and then Temple City third. Lady Eli returning to the races in fine fashion to take the Appalachian.
Odds-on favorite Lady Eli with a sensational 3-year-old debut, defeating Miss Temple City by 2.5 lengths. Sunset Glow third for a sweep by Keeneland sales graduates. Irad Ortiz Jr. up in 135 and 4. An Eclipse Award finalist, the Chad Brown trainee was making her first start since she defeated Sunset Glow by nearly the identical margin in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf. The filly by Divine Park was bred in Kentucky by Runnymede Farm Incorporated and Catesby W. Clay, and was a $160,000 Keeneland September yearling and a $160,000 Keeneland 2-year-old. A perfect 4 for 4, Lady Eli has earned nearly $795,000 for Sheep Pond Partners. Darby Dan Farm Stallion American Lion, Tisnow's brilliant graded stakes winner at both 2 and 3. Watch for American Lion's first crop 2-year-olds selling this week at the OBS April sale. 3-year-old fillies over the main track at Keeneland in the Grade 2 Adena Springs Beaumont Stakes. Delightful Joy, the 6-5 favorite. Once again, here's Kurt Becker.
Fantastic Style, the leader. Divine Dawn pressing the issue again toward the inside. Top two separated by a neck. Miss Ella tries to pick up the leaders in third on the outside. Then Sweet Success is fourth. Zevin is fifth. Delightful Joy being pushed along now and is still next to last coming to the quarter pole. A good 7 lengths off the lead. Harlan's Destiny is the trailer top of the stretch. Fantastic Style short lead. Miss Ella on the outside. Divine Dawn fights on third down toward the inside. And Delightful Joy still has a long way to come from the back of the pack. Here's Miss Ella again to challenge for the lead past the 8th pole. Divine Dawn is very game. Fantastic Style is there. Final furlong of the Adena Springs Beaumont. Miss Ella with the lead to the 16th pole. Miss Ella for the upset for Rajiv Mirage.
9-1 Miss Ella defeats 10-1 Divine Dawn by 2.5 lengths. Fantastic Style third for a sweep by Keeneland sales graduates. Rajiv Mirage up in 128 flat. Miss Ella stepping up to Grade 2 company after breaking her maiden by 3 lengths on debut at Gulfstream Park. Graham Motion trains the winner. The filly by exchange rate was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Jack Swain III. Miss Ella has earned $174,000, including $150,000 for winning the Beaumont. DRF Breeding, home of the new sire-powered results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. 3-year-old colts at Keeneland in the Grade 3 Coolmore Lexington Stakes. Donworth, the 8-5 favorite. Once again, here's Kurt Becker.
Fame and Power is the leader. Fame and Power leading Divining Rod and Donworth, who's up on the outside, challenging for that second spot. Henry Jones has backed away now into fourth against the rail, 4 lengths off the lead, midpoint of the backstretch. Then Quimet, Tisnell RJ, and Comfort is last, running 6 lengths off the lead, 47 and 4/5 seconds for the first half mile. Fame and Power leads it by a length of the far turn. Donworth just off his flank now in second by 3/4 of a length. And then Divining Rod is third, a half length. Henry Jones to the outside from fourth. Comfort is 3 wide and fifth, 4 lengths off the lead. And here comes Donworth now to challenge Fame and Power at the quarter pole. Comfort closing in from third, 2 lengths off that front pair. And here comes Divining Rod, moving by Comfort, changing lanes to the outside to the top of the stretch. Fame and Power, Donworth, Divining Rod takes aim from the outside. These three moving past the 8th pole. Divining Rod has taken the lead from Fame and Power and Donworth. Comfort is fourth. Divining Rod is moving on for the finish. Divining Rod and Julian Leperoux, convincing winner of the Coolmore Lexington Stakes.
Divining Rod, the winner by 3 lengths over Donworth, who has a nose on pace setter Fame and Power. Julian Leperoux up in 143 and 1. A close second in the Grade 3 Sam F. Davis and third in the Grade 3 Tampa Bay Derby. Divining Rod records his first stakes victory. The colt by Tappet, out of multiple Grade 1 stakes winner and nearly $2 million earner Precious Kitten, was bred in Kentucky by Mr. and Mrs. Roy Jackson. Divining Rod has earned nearly $250,000 for Lael Stables. Arnaud Delacour trains the winner. Coming up, a runaway winner of the Arkansas Derby.
Goes 140 at 130, 40. If you get 40, if you get 140, if you get 130.
Down over to down 87, 90 pound, down over to down 90 grand bear. 890 pounds and down over to down 90. 80 now 5 on a minute, now 85. What do you think in 5 here? 85 pounds and down over to down 5 on the minute.
Share what you love about Florida.
Wholesome food that's fresh from Florida. You already know how good it is, but did you know that buying locally makes a good thing even better? Food grown here by Florida farmers doesn't need to be shipped as far. That saves fuel and cuts emissions, which helps the environment. Buying Florida-grown products creates jobs and generates revenue, and that helps our economy. Fresh from Florida. Good for the environment, good for the economy, good for you.
Algorithms. The undefeated graded stakes winner used his natural talent as standard procedure. An easy winner of both starts at 2.
With a polished effort here.
And Algorithms getting the better of Consortium.
He won his stakes debut, drawing off from an Eclipse champion, earning a 105 buyer.
Algorithms winning the Holy Bull.
He's a grand-looking half-brother to 3 graded stakes winners. With pedigree, looks, and talent, it all adds up. Algorithms at Claiborne Farm.
OBS April 2-year-old sales grads have posted 86 stakes wins since January 1st, 2014, including millionaire Perenda in the $2 million Singapore Cup. In the past 15 months, the OBS Spring Sale has produced 64 stakes winners and counting, better than a stakes winner a week, including Grade 1 winners Stephanie's Kitten and the Big Beast. Find your next stakes winner at the OBS April 2-year-old sale. OBS, we measure success by performance.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Oaklawn Park for the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby. Champion American Pharaoh, the 1-10 favorite. Here's the call by Frank Mirmati.
And they're off. American Pharaoh begins beautifully. Mr. Z taken in hand immediately, and Bridget's Big Lovey in between them will take a narrow lead. Made from Lucky Fourth through the opening furlong. Then it's Win the Space on the outside of the Truth or Else, Bold Conquest, and Far Right will do his best running later. Long shot Bridget's Big Lovey sets the tempo. In front by 2.5 lengths, American Pharaoh settles nicely. Mr. Z, a handful in third, is guided off the rail now. Another 4 back to Made from Lucky Fourth, already 10 lengths off the early tempo. The Truth or Else, Bold Conquest racing between horses, Win the Space outside of him, and another 6 to Far Right. Straightening away down the backstretch, it's Bridget's Big Lovey, clear by 4. American Pharaoh second, Mr. Z is outside of him. Then it's the Truth or Else fourth and inching a bit closer. Made from Lucky has asked him go now. He's 8 lengths off the lead. Outside of him, it's Win the Space. Bold Conquest a dozen off him, and Far Right at the back. It's still Bridget's Big Lovey with less than 3/8 of a mile to go. American Pharaoh gets his cue and starts to cut into the margin now. Mr. Z is in third. The Truth or Else a ground-saving fourth. The Maiden is fifth. Win the Space. He's only 5 lengths off the lead. There's a new leader at the top of the stretch. It's American Pharaoh putting away Bridget's Big Lovey. Mr. Z moves into second. On the outside, Win the Space and the Truth or Else. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. And American Pharaoh is putting on a show. He has not been asked the question, but everyone knows the answer. He is indeed the ruler. American Pharaoh, breathtaking in a mesmerizing performance as he dominates the Arkansas Derby.
American Pharaoh by Windstar Farm Stallion Pioneer of the Nile draws off to defeat Far Right by 8 lengths. Victor Espinoza, the winning jockey, in 148 and 2. The champion juvenile colt has won 4 consecutive graded stakes, including the Grade 2 Rebel by 6 1/4 lengths in his 3-year-old debut. He gives Bob Baffert, who also trains undefeated Dortmund, a powerful 1-2 punch for the Kentucky Derby. The colt was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Zayat Stables. American Pharaoh has a bankroll of $1,411,000. American Pharaoh paid the minimum $220 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. For John Henderson, I'm Kate and Bradar saying, see you next week on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.